Joining us once again via the magic of ZoomTube is Angelo from MetPro, here to answer all of your fitness and nutrition questions. Hello.
Hi.
Hey guys, great to see you.
Good to see you. We've got a question this week from Andy Wolkend-Develin. I don't know. We're going to call her Andy. And Andy. And she says that she often doesn't drink enough water. Now, I know you, and I know your question is how much is drinking not enough? And I don't know about you, but every single client I talk to always tells me they drink tons of water, but the answer to how much varies so significantly. Sometimes people will be like, oh, I drink like 30 ounces a day.
And up to 6 ounces.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not a lot of water. And some people truly are drinking a lot of water at like 120 ounces a day. So having said all of that, how much water should people be drinking?
So that's actually a great question. There's actually, some debate because they've done research that now shows, you don't necessarily need as much water if you're not active. But that doesn't help anyone.
No.
Because if we're doing what we're supposed to be, we want more water. So many people don't get enough, and they don't know what as much water means.
Oh,
the problem is,
I just found out recently, back to Stacey Sims, you know how much I love her, but in one of her books, she was saying that, I don't know if this applies to men, but I know it applies to women. As you get older, your hormones keep you from having as much of a thirst response. It's not as accurate anymore. I did not know that. Boom, mind explode. Sorry, continue.
It's even, now this is anecdotal, but anecdotal working with thousands and thousands of clients. It's even worse with guys as we age.
Really?
My old guys have no thirst. They just, if they don't make a habit of it. But what's interesting is once you get used to drinking a little bit more water throughout the day, give it a week and you will not know how you survived without it. But if you fall out of the routine, that thirst starts to go away. So you want to create a habit around it, but people just want to know, just tell me how much I should drink. So, there's a whole bunch of just, generic research and anecdotal research that says, hey, 64 ounces is a good starting place. So the problem with that is some of my athletes in one session of training require 64 ounces to replenish just during their training. So what I tell people, and as a general rule, we suggest for people when they start MetPro is start with 64 ounces and increase if you are big, hot, or sweaty.
Well, what if you're not hot, but you're just kind of cute? This is a weird metric that you're using here, Angelo, but let's roll with it.
Well, I have this guy coming to me and he weighs 280 and, he's a big boy, he's a power lifter. He's like, 64 ounces is like a pixie cup for him, right? And so what happens is our bodies regulate, we sweat, and so it is so temperature dependent. As I'm sitting at 117 degree temperature in Northern California right now, it's insane. But when we're in environments where we're sweating more, or we are simply hotter, or if we are more active, we need more water. So as a general rule, if you're not that active, at least try and aim for those 64 ounces. Far more interesting than me just throwing out a random number. Because if you come back and say, look, how about if I get 60 ounces? Is that okay? How about if I get 75? I'm fine with that. Start somewhere and build from there. Far more interesting is what are the strategies to help someone actually remember and build the habit of drinking regularly and get hydrating better. And so there's a lot of techniques, and they even sell now those fancy, reminder cups. But what I like to do is I recommend my clients get a 32-ounce water bottle because it keeps it simple. You got to fill it up twice. And again, if you're active, if you're sweating, if you're in hot temperatures, you probably need to fill it up a lot more than that. But if you start with, hey, I got a water bottle, I got to get through it, and I know that I just have to fill this up twice, now it's easier to make a habit out of it. And that's a great place to start. If that doesn't work, set a reminder on your phone. Just resolve to do that for a week or two until it's a habit. And you know what? You're going to find you feel better, you digest better, you have less cramping. Some people tell me they sleep better. There's a whole host of benefits to not getting too little water.
It's fascinating that men have trouble with the thirst, since they're the ones most likely to fall for the thirst traps. Have you ever?
That took a turn.
What?
I think it's fascinating because, I mean, Angelo, I know you talk to a lot more people than I do, but whenever I talk to clients, men never track how much water they're drinking ever. They never know how much they're drinking. I'll be like, well, how much water do you drink? I don't know. I just drink water. I just drink it.
Because men, we just in general don't accessorize as well.
That's true.
So my female clients are a lot better at having their water bottles and that sort of thing. My guys are like, well, I drove here, so I must have a car around here somewhere.
That's
Or
true.
anything like me. So we can do better, Crystal. We can do better.
Okay. I expect better.
I consume all my fluids in the form of Coke Zero.
I know. I don't even bother with you.
Yeah.
I don't even bother. Like, it's just like, I don't even know how you're alive, but...
One day after play practice, I went down and grabbed a bottle of water out of the refrigerator of the little theater and walked out, and Brian was like, "What?"
He was like, "Are you okay? You're drinking water."
I was like, it's all they had. I'm going to power through.
I can actually feel it. Not everybody does, but I'm telling you, I can feel it in my joints if I have diet sodas more than just once here or there. If I am traveling and I end up having a diet soda more than a couple days in a row, my joints start getting inflamed, the old neck injury starts flaring up.
I mean,
yeah, I know. Some people can eat drywall and nails and feel great, but it doesn't mean that your body doesn't thrive off of what it was designed for, and that's water. So at least include water also.
Yes.
well, I think you can't make soda without water.
Don't be like Tom. That's all we're saying.
It's soda water.
I mean, there
right?
is water in it. It's also...
there you go.
It's...
I'm getting all my water.
okay.
I just put a little...
Don't be
See
like
what
Tom.
Crystal has to deal with.
Just put a little aspartame in there for the effort.
Oh, so
Here, you want me to really would you really drive him crazy?
Oh, anything you eat or drink?
No, because I eat MetPro stuff. But when I work out, I drink soda.
Yeah, he does. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. I'm like, how can you be hot and sweaty and drink a soda? How can you reach for that soda? It's
'Cause
so
it's delicious.
gross. No.
the carbonation alone
Yes.
while working out.
It's great.
No, I know some people like that. Yep.
If people would like good advice
Good advice.
and not what I do, where can they find you and or Crystal?
They can find Crystal and I at metpro.co/TCO.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too.